Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's Drez and Big Nate.
Yep, that fun little cracking sound confirms it. It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store. Sip. I haven't even started drinking, I swear. Bit of a tongue twister on a Tuesday for some reason. So it's Irish Coffee Day. Huck, Nate, and
Sure, you haven't been drinking.
no, I haven't. I swear, I've been really looking forward to it. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but you are. So you brought in a special machine or whatever. You made this concoction. I'm gonna try it straight up first before I add the Jameson and make it an Irish coffee. But explain to me and everybody what concoction it is, how you made it, or whatever, because I want to try it straight up first. Plus, I got to make room to pour the whiskey in there. So
essentially, what you've got there is a vanilla latte. I've got an espresso because I'm not fancy enough to have a.
Should I be
full-on
stirring
espresso
it up,
machine.
or do I just drink it as is?
You can. That's all a personal preference thing. You can go ahead and absolutely stir it if you want. I like having that foam on top, but I've got the Nespresso Virtuo, and it's kind of like a Keurig, except for A, it's better for the environment, and B, it makes foolproof espresso at home.
So,
And,
again, I'm not a coffee drinker. So, but I guess my interpretation of espresso is just like more caffeinated coffee.
I don't know necessarily if it's more caffeinated. You get better bang for your buck because it's got a much finer ground to it, and it has it's exposed to heat much faster, so you don't have a lot of that caffeine cooking off. So I mean,
Okay.
it does have more caffeine, but it's essentially the same coffee.
Just by
grounds.
the
It's just
process,
how
of
it's ground and
done?
how it's brewed. Yeah.
Okay. So it's some sort of, would you say a hazelnut?
No, this is their caramel cookie biscuit blend.
Okay. And then you did the frothy. You had a
Heavy
device
whipping
that
cream.
frothed
Yes.
Up.
If you're not a coffee drinker and you want to kind of add more flavor or richness to it, I always recommend heavy whipping cream. I know JT kind of aligns with me on that because it's rich.
Yeah.
You'll see people like
I'm not
go
going-
full on and add butter to their
This
coffee.
is like half gone. Like this is very drinkable. This is enjoyable. This is, of course, it's like you said. So it's just, and then you also added some vanilla too.
Vanilla, yeah.
So it's super sweet. It's but now we're gonna go ahead and add what
Add
makes it
more.
a proper Irish coffee. So here's the question: is how much of this? Because that's the other thing. I mean, it's 50 milliliters. So is that 2 shots? I know the actual definition of a shot is kind of vague.
Yeah, I
like
think it's every time I
half
look
an
it up.
ounce.
I think a
don't know.
shot's like 1.75 ounces, or
That
maybe
sounds
that's
like
just the way
that sounds
I've
like a
always
lot.
treated it.
I think that's a lot.
It's-
I don't know. I'm not.
I'm always told I have a heavy pour, so
I
like,
don't know if there's
my full
actual-
inclination and the way I would probably proceed is to just put this whole airplane bottle into the coffee. But I am.
That
intrigued
being
to
said,
know.
I've drank a good bit of mine down, so I don't. I'm gonna do at least half, and then maybe I'll decide.
Okay, that's fair.
See, first let me see how much.
I don't think I've ever done an Irish coffee with Jameson, which is like the premier, at least in my experience. I'm sure there are better Irish whiskeys in Ireland, but Jameson's so good.
It's the one. It's the go-to, and in fact, it's so much the go-to that we don't have airplane bottles because I'm cheap. They didn't have a full-size Jameson bottle. Like I had. This was the only Jameson that was at the liquor store here
yeah,
in
I'm
Radford.
gonna say the liquor store
So-
is struggling with some issues, and apparently, from what I was told, they're having issues getting bottles. It's not even like a supply
It
chain
was
issue
pretty-
on that end of the liquor. It's a supply chain issue on the way to package said liquor.
Yeah, a lot of the shelves were quite bare in there. No pun intended.
Just by smell, I don't think a half a airplane bottle is enough.
All right, well, I'm gonna try it as is, and then we'll go. So I'm just looking at this. The accepted amount of liquor served in a shot glass in the U.S. is 1.5 ounces. So that's an ounce and a half, or 44 milliliters, and this is 50. So this
So
is
this is
a
just
hair
over a shot.
So really, I guess you should pour it all.
So yeah, I'm gonna go whole hog because it's Irish Coffee Day, and well, frankly, if I can celebrate two of my favorite things in the whole wide world, whiskey and coffee, or we're in business.
Yeah. All right. That's not too shabby. So, I poured the immerse in. I am stirring it. But so do you think that traditionally it's just like black coffee with Irish whiskey? I mean, did you do any research? I know I don't do the research. I've been doing this show for a long time, but it seems like you always do a little bit more research when you were doing it with Huck. So
the preparation of an Irish coffee is more or less fairly informal. I think a lot of it has to do with everyone has their own personal coffee preference, but Jameson is the most traditional whiskey. And traditionally, you want to go with Irish whiskey, not necessarily like a Bailey's or a Kahlua. Those are kind of variants, but essentially it would be coffee prepared the way you like it with a
so however coffee.
shot of liquid
so not
courage.
just like black coffee, just whatever coffee, and then you throw in some whiskey. It's that simple.
Traditionally, I would go with it black and the whiskey, but I was feeling extravagant today.
Well, this is, yeah, I mean, surprisingly enough, because I drank, so if you're watching on the, if you're watching on the,
inhaled some of the whiskey fumes.
if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I drank it down to about there, like almost and then it filled it back up to about there. But I tell you what, you can't really, I can't taste the whiskey much at all. This is such a, I guess, powerful espresso concoction with whatever you got going on here that you made me, that it really goes down super smooth. I mean, I guess there's definitely a difference, but
I think Irish coffee is the classier version of a vodka Red Bull. I think it does the same thing. It keeps you alert, but also a little buzz going, balances things out. I don't know. I mean, I've never used it as a hangover cure. I usually go to Bloody Marys for that. I know.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, I was saying, I know you're a screwdriver guy, but Irish coffee to me is like a nice evening kind of winding down drink.
Yeah, I mean, I never even thought about that being a hair of the dog, but I guess that's probably where the idea came from.
It's got to be.
But that's just because I don't drink coffee in the morning or anything. So that being said, I could see it as a nice, like you were talking there, like an after dinner. I know some people have dinner and then they'll have like, an after dinner coffee. And like you were talking about, like, throwing some Baileys in there, sweetening it up, making it like a dessert coffee.
Dessert drink.
I could see that for sure.
So something I've noticed about you, you don't really take in a lot of caffeine. Like through the years, you've always got your cup of water.
Yeah, I don't drink soda really unless I'm, and frankly now I don't even really do mixed drinks. I used to go out to the bars when I was in college or a little after, and it was rum and diets and then rum and cokes or bourbon and diets. So really the only reason that I would drink soda is if liquor's in it. But now I just have a taste for like just straight good liquor. And, if it's crap, then you want a mixer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually just don't drink soda. I don't drink coffee. So you're right. I don't really drink much caffeine, I guess.
It's for you, it seems like it's water or booze.
Beer. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's really like he does take in a lot of water. He's constantly walking to the water cooler, refilling his cup. He's not a degenerate alcoholic.
Probably not as much as I should. Although that being said, I do at home. I'll have like a jug, and I use that like the kind of Crystal Light knockoff stuff, the berry pomegranate Walmart brand. I do like that. So I guess you could call that a juice or something.
That's what I was getting at. Was what is your like? So if you're in a restaurant, like, do you drink tea at all?
Oh, I do. We do tea. I'll do tea at night. Like kind of an after dinner tea or something. In the morning, I'll do hot water with lemon to wake me up. I'm reading the news and stuff. But yeah, I do. We have tea at my house. Probably about every night.
That's the thing. Like I get thirsty way quicker than I get hungry, and I don't know what that says about me. But I consistently I'll go through. It's really bad. I've gotten good. That's kind of been my New Year's resolution, is to try and cut back on the soda, particularly because it would get a 12-pack of Coca-Cola every 2 days, and I was the only one drinking it.
That's a lot of Coke, yeah. I mean, and that's one of those things, man.
I'm down to one a day.
That's pretty good. But it is addicting, isn't it? Like, I mean, people have their Coke, Pepsi habits, whatever it might be. And yeah, you just drink the crap out of it. But yeah, thankfully I don't have that. That being said, I am wondering, like, do you know what the caffeine content is this? Like, I don't really drink caffeine, and if this espresso is gnarly, like, am I going to get a headache later or something? I don't even know,
Yeah, I mean, that is intriguing. You're in for a hell of a ride,
Or am
man.
I just going to be jumping off the walls? I don't know.
I do. There's no real, like, tracking of it. I think it's around 250 milligrams per cup of coffee. But
See, but I don't even know what that means.
That's like one of those, like, exactly. I don't have a metric for it. I know it has less than Mountain Dew.
Like if I had a 12 or 20 ounce of Mountain Dew or a 12 ounce, I don't know.
But
I know Mountain Dew is the most, or it always kind of was known as the one that has a lot of the caffeine.
No one. I love Mountain Dew. Don't get me wrong, but no one should drink that and think, "Hey, you're okay." It was designed to mix with moonshine,
That makes sense.
and it's just pure syrup.
That being said, I did always like the Code Red. That was solid.
Like I said, I'm a sucker for Mountain Dew, and I do enjoy the Code Red. And I won't lie. I know you don't frequent the place with the bell in the name, but
no, definitely not.
When they unleashed that Baja Blast, that became my sole reason to go there.
Well, I know that they also have another new Mountain Dew. I see it at the stores. It's got some crazy box that's super colorful, so much so that I can't even read what it. I don't even know what it is, but I'm just like, oh, another Mountain Dew that's got all these colors. I don't know.
Whoever invented it's like rolling in their grave. This was made to mix with moonshine. What are you guys doing with these flavors?
That being said, I'm about done with mine. I don't know how quick yours is going down, but it's pretty delicious. Again, I'm not trying to be a coffee drinker. I know that pretty much everybody in my family is, and I know it's super addicting. Like, you know, with my mom, if she doesn't get her cup of coffee, like she needs that cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah.
Like, I can tell you, you're talking about headaches. I can tell you if I get to noon without having a cup of coffee, I will get a headache.
Yeah.
It's just that caffeine withdrawal.
Yeah. See, I don't need that.
No.
You know, if I've made it this far in my life, I think I'm past hopefully the coffee. You know.
Well, it's like Huck always had a saying. It was, you know how to not get a hangover is to just not stop drinking. Mm-hmm. The same with a caffeine headache. I'll just keep it going until I crash.
All right, that works.
Real healthy coping habits.
Well, I don't know if obviously we're drinking. I don't know if you want to try. It's not going to be on Untapped, but if you had to rate your drink, mine's completely gone. So obviously I was enjoying it.
Kind of wish I would have thrown some cinnamon in there, but coffee, whiskey, that's always going to get a 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've been impressed with it. It was better than I thought it was going to be, frankly. I didn't really know what to expect. So I know you were saying I'll bring in an espresso machine. I'm like, okay.
I'm not going to lie. I was very nervous. So I made sure. I was like, all right, so the wife is not a coffee drinker either, and I always make her coffee because I'm apparently the only one who can make it right. So I was like, I'm a little bit confident in my ability, but she may just be being nice because she's married to me.
Nah, it was very drinkable.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
So yeah, I don't know if I'd give it a 5. I'll give it a 4.5. And so now we're going to take a break. We'll play a tune. We'll come back. And then we're going to try and, I guess, do a variation of maybe what else you can kind of think of when it comes to Irish coffee. Celebrating Irish Coffee Day on Brewsday Tuesday. We'll take a quick break and we'll continue right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.